2 of online macro coaching, and I'm sorry that I'm a few minutes late, but I had someone walk into the gym and had to talk to them last minute. But so getting started, those who are kind of following my coaching series, first one was on my YouTube channel discussing basically the key qualities of being an online macro coach, or just an online coach in general. Fitness coach, whatever you want to do, trainer, whatever it is you like to do is totally your choice. And do you need anything? Here you go, I'll swap, yeah. David, everybody. David, say hi.
Hello.
Hello. He's one of our coaches. He's one of our online coaches as well. So anyway, back to it. First one, if you haven't seen it already, basically talking about online macro coaching, what it takes to be an online macro coach, what it takes to be an online coach in general. The online world is very tough, especially nowadays. It can actually be very stressful and suck at times, I will admit, even though some people think it's a plush job, really easy to do, and you just sit at home on your couch all day. Well, that's not the case, especially if you want to be successful with it and have fun and make a living with it. So those of you just jumping on, we're going over a series of macro coaching. If you guys like what you hear, give me some likes and hearts, preferred, if you guys really like it. Ask questions, have fun, engage, and just let's make this a good time. So episode 2, basically I'm going to talk about the first steps to get started. This is very basic stuff that I'm talking about to start off, because I really want to lay down the foundation into what coaching really is and what it really takes, because people think that you just basically start coaching people, and because they think it's an easy quick buck to make, and people think that it's just you can make a crap ton of money doing it, which you could, but it's a matter of having the true passion for it, because people will see through your crap. And I'll just be honest through this series, is that a lot of people see through your crap, but I like to lay down the foundation first, because it's really important to know these basic tools and things to be successful as a coach, because you have to have certain things in place. Otherwise, you will fail, you will suck at this, and you will hate it, okay? So if you don't have these things in place, just you might as well close up shop. But I want to start with step 1 to get started. If you've never been coached by anybody, you should get a coach. Especially with the macro coaching thing, hire a coach. It doesn't matter. I'm not talking about hiring me. I'd love it if you did. Great. Our team can help you, but hire a coach that knows what they're doing and has a true passion for this, that likes to educate people and likes to make it educational for you, but also very motivating for you, and not just somebody that just gives you your numbers and then pieces out and that's really it, or give us some kind of cookie cutter plan. Because a lot of people, what they say, why they want to coach is because they really want to help people. So find somebody to work with that truly wants to help you and truly wants you to succeed. Because if you don't have a coach to teach you how to do that and to make it a learning process and ways of learning for you, you're not going to be able to portray that to others, because whatever it's kind of like the see one, do one, teach one. So if you see one and somebody tells you how to do it, and that's just kind of the only way you know how to do it, you're not going to be able to do it a certain way. You're not going to be able to do it well, where people really like it and have fun. So get coached by somebody. Get coached by somebody who has knowledge with it, who makes it fun and engaging, but also educates you, because that's really, really important. Also, if you want to coach people, next thing is to basically start off slow. You have to start off slow, because you're not going to get to having 1 million clients overnight, and you're not going to, make it rich quick, because some people think you do, and that's not. Again, you're going to get burned, you're going to suck, you do suck. That's kind of the one reason you like doing it, but that's just my own personal opinion. But some people just really want the fast overnight kind of results, just like weight loss. People want results right now. They want clients. They want success. They want to build this business. But you need to start off slow. Like what I did when I first started coaching was I worked X-ray and cath lab, and I was in school full time. And I literally, the cliche thing was I wanted to help people. So I started helping people for free. And that's what I had to do to really start getting my name out there, because I had an income and I was totally set with the income that I had with my x-ray stuff. I didn't have to do this for a living. I did it truly because I just was having fun with it, and I really wanted to help people, and I just wanted to teach people what flexible dieting really was and what it meant, because the effect that it had on me, I wanted to basically teach that to other people. I wanted them to learn what I learned and also feel what I felt, because that's really important to me, to be able to portray that to other people, because I think that's really powerful, and other people will see and feel that and actually tell others. So that's another thing is you take it slow, and once you get the education, you feel comfortable to be able to teach people how to do this stuff and how to or teach people to lose weight, because you're really taking their lives in your own hands, because you are essentially giving them a really good direction in terms of what nutrition really is, what it takes, and what training really is. And so it really, you have to take it slow. You need to take one person, mold them, and basically go on to the next person and mold them, and then go on to the next person. You kind of develop this system to be able to make it successful long term. But start slow, because that's the first step that you really have to really take in consideration, is start slow. And one thing that helped me was when I was in x-ray school, or doing x-ray as my job, I was able to take things slow, because I didn't really care about making it a business. I never thought that this would be like a business to where it is today, with having our own gym, doing this for a living with no other jobs. I never thought it would be this way. So I thought that was really cool that I grew and developed into this, and I really took my time with it. And I literally would coach people for free, because I really didn't care about the money. And what's funny is, like, when I would teach people or coach people for free, there were some people that didn't really believe flexible dieting. They didn't believe that this would work. They didn't believe that they could lose weight while eating the foods they love. And so that was one thing that was really hard to teach people. But as soon as I started, asking for money in return for my services, people started actually doing it. When you give somebody your hard-earned money, they are willing to put in the work a lot more compared to free, because free, they think it's they take advantage of it. But it was just a few bucks. Really, it wasn't hardly anything. I did this starting out for pennies, and so that was really a game changer, where I'm like, man, these people, they won't listen for free, but yet you'll ask for money. And they get really good results by taking, or them giving you your money. But the thing is that I was actually disappointed that I actually had to ask for money, and very little money, to be able to make this work. And I thought, well, I could maybe do this. I could maybe make this into a career. But it literally was, I wanted to do this too, because I wanted to create my own schedule. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to do my own thing and have my own freedom eventually. And that was kind of the goal with this whole business. And I thought it was pretty cool that I actually developed into that. But in reality, you think you have more freedom, but if you have a successful business, you actually have less freedom, because you're doing so much more work. This isn't like a 9-to-5 job. It doesn't. You can do that if you want, but in reality, it's not a 9-to-5 job. It literally is like around the clock. If you have your own business, if you are listening and have your own business, give me some likes if you know what I mean about if you have your own business. It takes a long time to really build up. So you have to take it slow, and you have to start building that base of clients initially, because those of you who are watching, those that basically, where is the most source of income that are going to come from your business? It's referrals. So your biggest source of income comes from referrals in terms of your business, and growing is from referrals. And that's what you really have to start off with, is get one person, get basically a transformation, a couple of them, and that will totally help you take off, because your clients are going to be your biggest assets to your business if you do this. It's going to be your biggest assets, and word of mouth is by far the most powerful thing that you can do with online coaching, especially if you take it to heart. If you're just selling like cookie cutter plans and giving the same thing out to everybody, it's not really going to be that big of a source of referrals because it's kind of generic. But if you actually build a relationship with somebody, build a relationship, get to know them, and build a relationship, it's gonna be a better referral for you, because it's a much they're gonna work harder for you if you build that relationship. You're gonna have greater success if you put the time and effort into it. You're gonna have a lot more. Thanks, Jordan. You're gonna have a lot more successful people wanting to tell everybody about what you do, and especially if you create this deeper meaning behind it. You create this deeper meaning in terms of like educating them and kind of seeing their struggles, and you help them get through it, their struggles. And it's really pretty cool to see the transformation. And once they see it and feel it, they are going to tell everybody about it. I've had clients that just referred tons of people where I didn't have to do any advertising, anything like that. And it just really took off. And that was one thing that helped me tremendously. And I got in the flexible dieting world fairly early with the online world. That helped me tremendously with growing my business early on. And I was never really afraid to get out there more. And that's kind of another thing that I want to talk on. And I'll talk down the road with this online stuff with like Facebook, social media, Facebook ads, which is really, I don't know if anybody is interested in that, but you'd be surprised. But those who jumped on, who haven't seen my first episode 1, talking about the foundational keys into what's a good flexible dieting, or what's a good online macro coach, in terms of qualities you need to be a good coach. This episode 2 is kind of the first steps to getting started in terms of getting your business going, if you want to do a business with this or just start coaching people. But one piece of advice, or if you guys like this stuff, give me some likes, give me some hearts, give me anything you can, share with your friends, share with everybody. Also too, if you want to see this every week, it's every Wednesday, and I will announce the day before or the morning of on Wednesday what time I'm going to be putting on the videos. And I appreciate you guys. I will tell you guys what time I'm going to be on, and if you guys want, you can actually turn on your notifications. I think on the top right corner, somewhere on your viewer, you can actually say get notified when Tyler comes on, and so, comes on live. So I appreciate you guys. Awesome. So I was kind of recapping from last time, five key qualities that you need to be a good coach. If you haven't seen that, go to my YouTube channel, Tyler Mayer, or TMayer15, and you'll be able to see that there. But anyway, moving forward. Next one, what I want to talk about is when you're ready to basically start coaching, you have to feel confident and comfortable with coaching. That's one thing, because I respect, and there are a lot of people that I know that aren't comfortable with coaching, and I respect the process and the steps they take to become a coach. They want to get more educated. They want to be coached by other coaches to kind of get the feel of what people are doing, how they coach, and what they do. And that really, I respect that quite a bit, because they're self-aware that they're not as confident, and that they want to become confident, and not just be like, you know what, this is an extra buck, I'm gonna go find some people, give them some meal plans, and then kind of do my own thing and go from there. It doesn't work like that. You need to really have the confidence to be able to do what you're doing. So, because like I said before, you're taking your lives, or other people's lives, in your own hands, and you have to be confident in what you're doing. There are a lot of I don't know everything. I mean, I had to learn a lot along the way, and I wouldn't be where I am today if I wasn't open-minded and basically open to suggestions on how to build my business, but then also how to coach. So I had my own mentor, my own coach, Dr. Joe Komzeski, helped me tremendously with my education, but I also went to school a little bit for this too. And I got my education from other mentors that don't know they're my mentors, but I actually follow a lot of people who I learn a lot from myself. But also, I'm a big fan of experience, getting a lot of experience in coaching, because there are a lot of different ways to coach. Basically, a lot of different ways to skin a cat. And not that you need to skin a cat, but there are a lot of different ways you can approach it. But you have to find that niche in terms of the way you want to coach, the way you want to present yourself to the world, you have to decide what it is that you want to do to make yourself successful and what you believe in. Because I had a conversation with, I have this conversation all the time with like my coaches, like Leanne, David, and especially my wife. But recently today, me and Leanne were talking about different ways that we can coach. And that's one thing that, we're like, should we coach this way where it might, bring down the potential value of our coaching and do it a different way, or do we ramp it up into a different system compared to what we're doing now? And that's a battle that we always go through, and we always come to the conclusion that we're like, nope, we can't devalue what we're doing, because that's we like to build a relationship. We like to have communication with our clients and make sure that they're well taken care of, and really get to know them better as a person, so that way we understand them better. And so we really racked our brain quite a few times in terms of like, should we not do that as much? Should we, try and, is it a numbers game where we try and get more clients, but then the quality suffers? And we're like, no. We always come back to the conclusion that we want to keep the quality high, and it doesn't matter about the quantity of people that we have, it's more about the quality. So that's really our morals and beliefs and what we believe in. So that's something that we have to stick to, even when we try to. It sounds weird. Even there's times where we try and get out of our comfort zone in terms of that. We always come back because that's what feels right to us. So in terms of like building your business, if this is something you want to do, think about like how big do you want to take it? How big do you want to go? How successful do you want this to be? And you have to define what success really is to you. Is success having more money? Is success having a nice car? Is success having a nice house? Is success just helping somebody lose 50 pounds? Is that success to you? Is it learning something about the process? Is it you have to really define what success is to you as a coach, as an individual. Is it, helping people discover new things that they never discovered before? That's some things you really have to look at as a coach. If it's just to help people get shredded and eat ice cream and Pop-Tarts all day, then great. That's what you strive for, then awesome. But really give it a deeper meaning in terms of what it is that you are trying to be successful at and how big you want to take it. Because when I started this myself personally, I never thought I would have a gym, even though I wanted it. And that was something I wanted since I was 15 years old, is to have some kind of gym. But when I got it, I was like, this is pretty darn cool. But I wanted more. I wanted something, I wanted to be able to touch more lives. And so that's what we're doing today, even more on a bigger scale. And we just, it'll never be enough, because there's always some kind of self-fulfillment, at least for me, of trying to build it and help more people and help create a better life for people as much as possible. And so that's, I think, is really cool from my aspect, things that I never thought I could do. And I've learned so much about business, and I've gone to like Tony Robbins, Business Mastery, learned a ton there. I had a coach for over a year and a half. Now I had a coach for over a year, helping me with some aspects, and then now having a coach right now, Gustavo Dantas, helping me with some of the business stuff as well, with my personal life and also with my business life and everything, to make sure that I'm staying on point with myself personally. So I really appreciate that, Jeremy. It's awesome. I appreciate that. Love you, dude. And so that's just something that we value, and I'm always all about learning and getting educated in every way that I could possible, because business is tough, especially if you want to just coach and coast, and you can make it a 9-to-5 job. There's nothing wrong with that, but I like to get better, and I want to improve. I want to do more. I can't just sit around. If you guys know who I am or my personality, I don't like to sit around all freaking day. There are days where I do sit around because I'm just exhausted, but that's more of my mental break. But my wife could tell you there's days where I just do nothing, but I need it. I think I need that for like rejuvenating myself. But anyway, but other than that, when I'm working, I don't know. Oh, thanks, Maddie. I appreciate it. If you guys want other people to see this, and I hope that you guys like this, and I appreciate it. Just share it. Share with your friends. Let them know what's up. Give me some likes. Give me some hearts. I really appreciate you guys. Like myself, I like to just stay busy. I like to do stuff. I like to learn and build my knowledge of coaching, because I really think that to be the best, you have to be open-minded and be the best that you know how to be. Every day I wake up and I'm super excited, even though I'm exhausted because I'm working all the time. I wake up always trying to be better than I was yesterday in something. It doesn't matter what it is, and that's something me and my coach work over in terms of, like, if I'm good at something like 60, if I'm like 67% into something, I want to be 68% tomorrow, or 69 the next day. So I always try and strive to be better in something one thing every day to get better, and over time that one thing keeps building up, and you end up becoming really good at it long term, where everyone wants everything right now. Everyone wants results right now. Everyone wants to be the best right now, but it takes time. It takes time to get there, but once you get there, it's everything that you practice outside of what you do in the public is what matters, and wherever you practice up here is what matters most, especially when it comes to building a business. But I'll get on that a little bit. I'm kind of getting on a tangent, kind of getting off track from what I wanted to talk about, but that'll actually be another episode that I'll talk about, is just the mindset of a coach and what it really takes, because there are days where, and I say this freely, because on social media you see things from coaches that it's like this glorified thing, and it's amazing, which it is. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing. Trust me, it's awesome. I would never do anything else differently. This is the one thing that I really know that I want to do for the rest of my life, in some way or somehow, with helping people. But there are days where you get extremely exhausted, to where imagine everyone that you have a relationship with. Just imagine, like, every person in your family. Let's just say, if you have a big family, imagine, or all your friends and family, everyone is just weighing all their emotions on you all at once, and they're all in a week's time, they're telling you everything that's wrong with them, everything they struggle with, everything that you're trying to help them stay motivated with. Imagine that is kind of overwhelming in a sense, to where it weighs on you so much that it becomes like, holy crap, I gave everything to everyone so much that it is really rewarding, Maddie. It's so rewarding. Yes, you don't understand the stress, but it all that emotion weighs on you so heavily that you give so much that it's hard to give to those around you that you love, and you really have to practice. And if my wife is watching this, I love her to death, but you really have to put yourself in a different state of mind, because you're trying to help everyone else with all your stuff, or all their stuff, before your own. And so when it comes time to focusing on yourself, it's really hard. Sometimes it can weigh you down. At least to me it does. And I know like Leanne does that with her, David a little bit, but everyone handles everything differently, and it's all whatever you put in perspective. But at the end of the day, once you get through it, it's this big relief, because you're like, I helped so many people, and it's so rewarding. It's so much fun, and so it's it's awesome. So you just have to get used to that pattern, and used to doing it every day and day in and day out, because it really is a lot of fun. There are some bad days, there are some good days, but understand that you have to grind, you have to keep going, you can't give in, you have to stay consistent. So that's one thing that you really have to stay focused on, is staying consistent. So the final thing I'll talk about with getting started is very, very simple. Start a freaking website. Start building a website in terms of building a following. People think nowadays with social media that you have to have this massive following. You have to have this like 100 million followers in order for you to be successful. No, that's not the case at all. It's far from it, to be honest. You can see some people, I actually know some people and have heard of some who have millions of followers or millions of subscribers on YouTube or whatever it is, and they literally have no one who really, they can't really make a business out of what they're doing because they're not able to, they don't have the depth. It's not about the width. It's like what Gary Vaynerchuk would always say. It's not about the width in terms of how many quantity. It's about the depth. So it's the depth of the quality of people who listen to you, depth of the quality of people who subscribe to you, depth of the quality who actually care about what you have to say and actually what you have to do in this world, and who really truly follow and really like what you say and what you do and what you practice. That's another thing too. So it's not about how many you have, it's about how many are actually committed to you and like you as a person. And that's one thing that a lot of people kind of misunderstand. They think this following you're going to have is just going to all of a sudden just bring them a lot of clients. But so build a website, and the next thing on the website is you can have a website all day long, but if people don't know it exists, then it doesn't matter in terms of trying to build a clientele. So get testimonials, put testimonials on your site, start building content, start creating content, put videos on your site, put blogs on your site, start creating SEO content, start doing more of that. Because if you look at our site with flexible-dieting.com or teamtntfitness.com, you're going to see all the content. You're going to see videos, you're going to see blogs, you're going to see content, free content for people to really engage and understand who you are and what you do, but also some free information for everybody to be able to engage and know who you are and be able to teach people about what you do. So that's a little bit about what the first steps you can do to what it takes to be a online macro coach. Hope this wasn't too long, but those who jumped on recently, just recapped, this is episode 2 for online macro coaching, how to become a online macro coach. Those who are already coaches and watching this, I appreciate your support, what you're doing, watching. You know, you might learn something, or I can learn something from you. So I appreciate your comments and everything. And yeah, our first episode was 5 keys to what it takes to be a successful online coach. This one is just kind of the first steps of getting started. I will be on every Wednesday on live or on YouTube. So go back to episode 1 on my YouTube channel to watch this, and all my live videos I'll actually put on YouTube. So if you miss it, you can always go to my profile, check out the video, watch it, or go on YouTube at tmayor15. And yeah, if you guys like this, please share with your friends. Please like it. Please give me hearts. I really appreciate all your support. And if you guys ever have questions anytime, shoot them my way. If there's something in particular you guys want me to say or discuss, I would greatly appreciate the feedback, because I'm always willing or open for learning more. So I really appreciate you guys, all you guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys next Wednesday.